Hey everyone, this is Robert Ogie from Cutler Bay Worship Center, right here in beautiful Cutler Bay, Florida. And this is chapter 31 of the book of Proverbs. This is the last chapter of the book of Proverbs. Of course, we're doing this on July 1st because June only has 30 days. And so we're doing this, day 31 of the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. I want to say something really quick before I start. Something interesting has happened the last few days. I've had YouTube sending me emails pretty much every day for the last few days now, saying that my video has been flagged and that they have to take it down because it doesn't abide with community guidelines. Now, if that is true and my video doesn't abide by community guidelines, then I'm more than happy to adjust what videos I'm doing and what content I'm sharing, because I don't want to break the rules. However, every time I go back to them and say, listen, I don't see where this is wrong. The last one they put the video back up. So I want to say, just in case, I don't know if this is by algorithm or by YouTube has some sort of a sweet program that picks movies out, or it's random or whatever. But if by chance you are watching this video or you are watching some of the previous videos and something I say or something I read either offends you, or you don't agree with it, or you have questions about it, or you just don't like it, reach out to me. Like, send me a message. You can send me a message on YouTube. You can send me a message. Look me up on Facebook. My name's Robert Ogie. I'm with Cutler Bay Worship Center. Look me up. Find me out. Send me a message. I'd love to have a conversation about this stuff. If there's something you don't agree with, or you're offended by something I've said or done, let's talk about it. Let's not just flag each other. That's, like, let's talk it out. I'd love to hear your side of things. I'd love to hear what about this offends you. Not so I can convince you otherwise, just simply because I'd love to hear. I'd love to listen to what it is that you're feeling because of this. So if that is you, if by some chance this is a person that is flagging these videos, I'm reaching out to you, asking you to reach out to me. All right. So we're going to jump right in. Chapter 31 of the book of Proverbs, starting in verse 1. This is an interesting chapter. This could throw some people, okay, because of the content. So verse 1, the sayings of King Lemuel contain this message, which his mother taught him. Good on you for listening to your mom. I just have to say that moms are amazing. Moms that carry wisdom and understanding and pass it to their children are amazing. I've had some of the best conversations in the world with my mother. So good on you, King Lemuel, for living by what your mom taught you and then sending it down to generations in the Bible. In Proverbs chapter 31, verse 2, O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings. Now, there's been a lot. So we're in the last chapter. There's been a lot of content on relationships. There's been a lot of content on sexual morality and relationship morality, and just keeping things within the guidelines of what God has asked of us to do. And remember, I've said this multiple times, God didn't put these things into place he didn't institute law or instruction on how to live. He didn't hand down to us a moral guideline for relationships and for sexuality to be a buzzkill. He did it to bring us blessing. Okay, there is something that he wants to do in our relationships when we choose to honor him in our relationships. And when we choose to live a life righteous and godly before him, he chooses to bless us. So he puts these things into place, not to be a buzzkill, but to bring blessing. Okay, so I want you to remember that when you read these types of things in the Bible, all right? Verse 4, it is not for kings, O Lemuel, to guzzle wine. There's a lot of talk about this as well in the Proverbs. Rulers should not crave alcohol, for if they drink, they may forget the law and not give justice to the oppressed. Alcohol is for the dying, and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. This is a really good verse. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Yes, speak up for the poor and the helpless, and see that they get justice. Now, there's a verse in the Bible, in the New Testament, that says if somebody comes to you and says, hey, we're hungry, and your response is, well, God bless you, you've missed the point. I like this here. Verse 9 of chapter 31 of the book of Proverbs. Yes, speak up for the poor and helpless. But he doesn't just stop there. This is not just about speaking up for people that need help. And see that they get justice. We're meant to be the hands and feet of God in this earth, not just the voice. Okay. Verse 10. And now this comes with a title, a wife of noble character. This is where this might throw you. All right. Verse 10. Who can find a virtuous and capable woman? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. Go, Kelly, go. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant's ship bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household. She does? Sweet. And plan the day's work for her servant girls. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. Man, she's buying real estate. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. So she's buying real estate. She's making wine. She is energetic and strong. She is a hard worker. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. Her hands are busy spinning thread. Her fingers twisting fiber. She extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. I live in Florida. Don't got to worry about that. She makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen. Man, she makes her own bedspreads. You should have seen Kelly and I last night. She got me this amazing weighted blanket for Father's Day. And then we got this duvet cover for it. And you should have seen us last night trying to put that thing on. Okay, no, you should have seen me last night trying to put that thing on by myself. It was like a gong show. Then Kelly stepped in, and it was like she was making her own bedspread. She knew how to do it. All right, verse 22. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. Her husband is well known at the city gates, where he sits with the other civic leaders. She makes belted linen garments and sashes to sell to the merchants. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. When she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instruction with kindness. She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. This is in quotes. There are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Reward her for all she has done. Let her deeds publicly declare her praise. Now, when you read that, you're like, what? This woman's amazing. But if you think about what's being said here, this is the very stuff that we've been reading in the last 30 chapters that God is saying this is what you should be. Work hard, have a good work ethic, look after the poor, look after your household, listen to wisdom, be wise, seek understanding. All of the things that this woman is, what basically this is saying, what chapter 31 is basically saying is that this woman right here read chapter 1 to 30 and said, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I can seek after wisdom. I can fear the Lord. I can be godly. I can be righteous. I can have a good work ethic. I can put my hand forward to the task that's in front of me. I can see the poor and help them. I can see the needy and help them. I can see the helpless and help them. I can see those seeking justice and speak up for them. I can see those who need clothing and give it to them. I can do these things. I can step up and be that type of person because this is what wisdom is teaching me. This is what chapter 31 is saying. So, in light of that, if you read something like chapter 31, there's always kind of this like discussion or like, he starts in verse 10. Who can find a virtuous and capable life? She's more precious than rubies. The reality is that every single one of us is capable of attaining what this says. Because we've just read 31 chapters instructing us on wisdom and understanding, on how to have good integrity and character, and to be a strong man and woman of godly character and righteousness. All of these things, if we're paying attention, not only to what God is doing in us, but what God is doing around us that we can partner with and be a part of, we can attain what this is saying. we can attain it, right? Oh, she finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She's like a merchant ship bringing her food from afar. Listen, if you are living life with a good work ethic, your house will be blessed. It will have what it needs. All right. I think the only thing in here that goes above and beyond really is she gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household. Everything is in here is like, if you're listening to the book of Proverbs, if you're listening to wisdom, if you're seeking good counsel, seeking good wisdom, if you're surrounding yourself with good advisors, these are the types of things that your life is going to represent. It is. You're going to have a good life. You're going to have a good family. You're going to have good relationships. You're going to have a good job. You're going to have a good career. You're going to have a good household. All right? You're going to be well respected because you live with integrity and honor and character. You're going to have good relationships because you live with honor, integrity, and character. You're going to know what to do and when to do it because you're living with wisdom and seeking understanding. All right? So I bless you. I hope that this has been good for you going through the Proverbs with me. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to do actually chapter 1 now because remember we started on chapter 3. So I'm going to do chapter 1 today as well. And then on tomorrow on the 2nd, I'm going to do chapter 2. And then on the 3rd, and that's it. And then we'll be done. So because we started on the 3rd, all right? If you're looking for some of the videos on YouTube, remember that some of them have been taken down, but I'm hoping that I've appealed all of those cases, and I'm hoping that they'll be put back up. So bless you. Have an amazing night, and we will see you, in just a